The sound of splintering wood jolted me awake. My sister Amanda's voice echoed through my apartment, raw with rage. "Katherine, where are you hiding it?" I sat up in bed, heart pounding, though not from fear. I'd been expecting this since Mom's funeral 3 weeks ago. The heavy footsteps in my hallway told me Amanda hadn't come alone. "Found it." Her husband Mike's voice called from my study. "The jewelry box is here." I walked calmly into my study, flicking on the lights. Amanda stood there, clutching Mom's old maple jewelry box, her perfectly manicured hands white-knuckled around its edges. Mike loomed behind her, trying to look intimidating in his expensive suit. "Breaking and entering now, Amanda?" I asked, leaning against the doorframe. "That's new, even for you." "Don't play games with me," she snarled. "You knew Mom promised me her jewelry collection. These pieces are worth a fortune, and you had no right to take them." I almost laughed. Amanda, the successful real estate agent, always dressed in designer clothes, desperate for Mom's fortune and jewelry. If she only knew. "Mom didn't promise you anything," I said quietly. "But go ahead. Open it. See what's inside." Amanda's hands trembled as she lifted the lid. Her face, flushed with anger, suddenly drained of color. "It's empty." She turned the box upside down, shaking it. Only a folded piece of paper fluttered to the floor. "What is this?" She snatched up the paper, unfolding it roughly. "A letter?" "Mom's last letter," I confirmed. "She wrote it the day before she died." "Read it." Amanda's eyes scanned the page, widening with each line. Mike peered over her shoulder, his expression shifting from confusion to disbelief. "This can't be real," Amanda whispered. "Mom's jewelry, it was all fake." I nodded. Every piece. The diamonds, cubic zirconia. The gold, plated brass. Mom spent her entire life wearing replicas while investing the real money elsewhere. But she always said they were family heirlooms." Amanda's voice cracked. "She wore them to every important event, every party, every time you bragged about your latest commission, I finished for her. Every time you showed off your new car or designer bag, yes, she did." The letter shook in Amanda's hands. Mom's final words to us laid bare the truth about our family's supposed wealth. How she'd sold the real jewelry pieces decades ago to start a secret investment portfolio. How she'd watched Amanda's obsession with status grow, while I'd stayed grounded, working my way through nursing school. "There's more," I said softly. "Keep reading." Amanda's eyes reached the bottom of the page, the part where Mom explained that while the jewelry box held no real treasures, she'd left her entire investment portfolio, now worth over $2 million, to me with specific instructions about how it should be used. $2 million? Amanda's knees buckled. Mike caught her before she hit the floor. "But why you?" "I'm the successful one. I'm the one who needs to maintain my lifestyle." I thought about the free clinic I'd been dreaming of opening, the one Mom and I had discussed during her final days, the one her money would now help build. "Maybe because I never needed real diamonds to know my worth," I said. "Now, would you like me to call the police about my broken door, or are you leaving on your own?" Amanda stared at me, tears streaming down her face, smearing her expensive mascara. The jewelry box slipped from her fingers, clattering to the floor. Without another word, she turned and fled, Mike trailing behind her. I picked up Mom's jewelry box, running my fingers over its smooth wooden surface. Inside, hidden in a secret compartment Amanda hadn't found, lay a single piece of real jewelry, Mom's simple gold wedding band, inscribed with the words, "True wealth lies in the heart." Tomorrow, I call a contractor about the door. Tonight, I had investment portfolios to review and a clinic to plan. Mom had always said I had her spirit. Practical, patient, and able to see the real value in things. Looking at her ring, I smiled. Some treasures, after all, couldn't be measured in carats or dollars. The next morning, while the contractor measured my broken door, my phone buzzed incessantly with messages from family members. Apparently, Amanda had spent the night calling everyone, spinning her own version of events. "How could you steal Amanda's inheritance?" Aunt Patricia's text read, "Your mother always intended those jewels for her." I muted my phone and focused on the contractor. "Can you install better security locks too?" I asked, thinking about Amanda's dramatic entrance. He nodded, adding it to the estimate. Just then, my cousin Sophie appeared at my doorstep, looking uncomfortable. "Hey, Kat, I heard about last night." "Let me guess, Amanda called you." I stepped aside, letting her in. Sophie nodded, settling onto my couch. She's telling everyone you manipulated Mom in her final days, convinced her to change her will. She paused, studying my face. But that doesn't sound like you. I pulled out Mom's letter, the one Amanda had dropped in her hasty retreat. Read it yourself. As Sophie read, her eyes widened. Oh my God, she whispered. Aunt Eleanor was wearing costume jewelry all those years. Even at my wedding? Even then, I confirmed. Remember how Amanda kept asking to borrow her diamond necklace that day? Sophie laughed. She was so angry when your mom refused. Said it was too precious to lend out. Her expression softened. But the clinic cat, that's amazing. It's exactly what this community needs. Before I could respond, my phone rang. It was Mr. Harrison, Mom's lawyer. Katherine, we need to meet. Your sister is threatening legal action. An hour later, I sat in his office, surrounded by documents Mom had meticulously prepared. Mr. Harrison spread them out on his desk, each paper a testament to her careful planning. Your mother knew this might happen, he explained. She documented everything. Her decision to sell the real jewelry, every investment she made, and most importantly, her reasons for her final wishes. He pulled out a video recording. She made this 2 months before she passed. It's her official testimony about her decisions. On screen, Mom appeared, looking tired but determined. I know Amanda will be hurt, she said. But Katherine understands what really matters. The clinic she wants to build will help people who can't afford medical care. That's worth more than any jewelry. My throat tightened. Even now, Mom was protecting me, making sure her wishes couldn't be contested. Amanda doesn't have a case, Mr. Harrison assured me. Everything is ironclad. Leaving his office, I found 3 missed calls from Amanda's husband, Mike. I hesitated, then played his voicemail. Katherine, we need to talk. His voice was low, urgent. Amanda's not thinking straight. She's planning something. Be careful. I called Sophie immediately. Can I stay with you for a few days? Just until my new security system is installed. That evening, as Sophie helped me pack some essentials, we heard a commotion outside. Through the window, we saw Amanda arguing with the contractor who was finishing up the door installation. I'm her sister, she was shouting. I have every right to be here. I stepped outside, Sophie close behind me. No, Amanda, you don't, not anymore. She spun toward me, her designer handbag swinging wildly. You think you've won. Mom was confused at the end. I'm contesting the will. I have Mom's video testimony, I said quietly. And about 20 witnesses to your break-in last night. Want to rethink that plan? Amanda's face contorted. You've always been jealous of my success. Mom gave me those jewels years ago, she promised. Mom gave you opportunities, I corrected. She paid for your college, your first car, your real estate license. She watched you chase status while I worked night shifts to put myself through nursing school. And you know what? She was proud of me for that. Something in my words hit home. Amanda's shoulders sagged, the fight draining out of her. For a moment, I saw past her expensive clothes and perfect makeup to the sister I'd grown up with. She whispered, I just always thought those jewels would be mine. I built my whole image around being the sophisticated one, the successful one. You can still be successful, Amanda, I said, but maybe it's time to redefine what that means. She looked at me for a long moment, then turned and walked away without another word. Sophie squeezed my hand as we watched her go. Later that night, as I settled into Sophie's guest room, I pulled out Mom's wedding ring from its hiding place. In the dim light, the inscription seemed to glow. True wealth lies in the heart. I slipped it onto my finger, thinking about the clinic plans waiting on my laptop. Tomorrow, I'd start turning Mom's legacy into something real, something that would help people. Amanda might never understand, but Mom had been right. Some treasures couldn't be kept in a jewelry box. 6 months later, I stood in front of the newly renovated building that would soon become the Eleanor Grace Free Clinic. The contractor was installing the sign, Mom's name in elegant blue letters against the white exterior. My phone buzzed. Another message from Amanda. She'd been texting sporadically since that night, each message a mix of anger and attempted reconciliation. Today's read. Saw the clinic sign going up. Mom would have wanted her name on something more prestigious than a free clinic. I didn't respond. Instead, I walked inside, where Sophie was helping organize medical supplies. We transformed the old downtown building into something Mom would have loved. Warm, welcoming, and practical. Amanda still doesn't get it, does she? Sophie asked, seeing my expression. No, I sighed. But look at this. I showed her the local newspaper article about the clinic's upcoming opening. The reporter had interviewed several community members, all expressing excitement about having accessible healthcare in their neighborhood. Now that's real prestige, Sophie smiled. The front door chimed, and to our surprise, Mike walked in. He looked different, tired, wearing a simple button-down shirt instead of his usual expensive suit. "Katherine," he said hesitantly, "can we talk?" We sat in what would soon be the clinic's waiting room. Mike ran his hand through his hair, a nervous gesture I remembered from family gatherings. "Amanda and I separated," he said finally. "After that night, something changed. She became obsessed with proving her worth through expensive things. Maxed out our credit cards buying real jewelry to replace what she thought she lost." I listened silently as he continued. "But that's not why I'm here," he said. "I found something in our attic while moving out. Something you should have." He pulled out a small, worn photo album. Inside were pictures I'd never seen before. Mom in her 20s, wearing the original jewelry pieces before she sold them. She looked so young, so vibrant. But what caught my eye was the final photo. Mom at a free clinic much like the one I was building, wearing her fake pearls and a genuine smile as she volunteered. She used to volunteer there every weekend, Mike explained. Amanda never mentioned it, but I remembered. That's where your mother's heart really was. Tears pricked my eyes as I traced Mom's face in the photograph. "Thank you, Mike." He stood to leave, then paused. "You know, Amanda might not show it, but seeing this clinic, it's making her think. She's been looking at old family photos too." The next week, as we prepared for the clinic's opening day, I received an unexpected delivery. A package from Amanda. Inside was Mom's old jewelry box, repaired and polished, with a note. "I found some of Mom's costume jewelry in my closet. Think your patients might like to feel special sometimes? A." Inside the box were the fake pearls Mom had worn to countless charity events, the cubic zirconia earrings she'd beamed in at Amanda's graduation, the plated gold bracelet she'd worn while helping at bake sales. I placed the box on the reception desk, where the afternoon sun made the fake gems sparkle just as brightly as real ones ever could. Opening day arrived bright and clear. As I cut the ribbon, I saw a familiar figure at the back of the crowd. Amanda, dressed simply for once, standing next to Mike. She didn't approach, but she stayed, watching as our first patients entered. That evening, after the last patient had left, I sat in my office, Mom's wedding ring catching the light on my finger. The clinic's first day had been a success. We helped 27 people who wouldn't have otherwise received care. A soft knock at my door made me look up. Amanda stood there, looking uncertain. "The pearls," she said quietly. "Mom was wearing them when she helped me study for my real estate exam. I never knew they were fake. They were real in all the ways that mattered," I replied. She nodded, tears in her eyes. "I'm starting to understand that." She paused. "I'm selling my designer bags. Thought maybe the money could help buy supplies for the clinic." I stood and hugged my sister for the first time since Mom's funeral. Outside my office window, the setting sun made the clinic's sign glow. Eleanor Grace Free Clinic, where true wealth lies in healing. Mom would have loved it, not because it was prestigious or expensive, but because it was real, just like her costume jewelry. Sometimes the most valuable things aren't the ones that sparkle the brightest, but the ones that help others shine.